Good morning. Welcome back. Hey, what a day yesterday, huh? I don't know about you guys, but I think I got a hell of a lot more snow than we thought we were going to get. I know I had to bring out old Big Red. That's my snowblower that I've had for the last 6 years, and had to get him out. Had to help with the neighbor because they were gone. They didn't think anything was going to happen, and I had to do their driveway also. And boy, this morning, and taking my daughter to daycare, boy, these piles really were high. So I think we got a little bit more snow yesterday than we thought, but hopefully now the great meltdown will begin. I've been looking at your specific purpose statements. I really like what I see. I think the choices for topics have been very good. There's a lot of good things out there, festivals, celebrations, things that if we were doing this in class, and let's say there are 22 of you in class, you're delivering your speech, there's a very good chance 19, 20 of the students in the class have never heard of the festival or celebration you're going to be talking about, that is. And so I really liked a lot of the topic choices. I thought they went really well. But I do have to get a little serious for a second before we move on. Okay? And this is part of communication. All right? As a matter of fact, there are some professors who teach communication at universities and stuff that if you follow directions wrong or you don't exactly follow the directions that are communicated to you, they take points off. Now, I'm not going to do that. But getting one too many emails from students who either aren't doing the statement correctly, you got to word it correctly, or sent me their entire outline already, which I didn't ask for, and worse yet, a couple of you even recorded your speech already and thought that was due. And I'm thinking, and here's the problem, and somebody already admitted to this. I think I alluded to it last video. They alluded to the fact that they skimmed through my videos. Well, if you skim through the video, then you ain't getting everything. All right? When I put down in the video and I explain the assignment, how it should be done, when it's due, that's pretty crystal clear. Been teaching communication for 28 years now. All right? Let's make sure that we're watching the video and listening and reading the assignments. Okay? Everything is laid out there for you. So when you get it completely wrong, and I know that you have it, it's because you either, like this one person, skimmed through the video, or you didn't watch the video at all, or you didn't read. And that one of the mistakes that I saw the other day, the last video I posted, is I had posted that video, I had loaded it up to YouTube, but I hadn't emailed it to you all yet, because I decided I needed to do something else first. So about 10 or 15 minutes later, as I was now uploading the video from my mass media class, I noticed that the speech video already had 4 views. Well, I hadn't emailed it to you yet. And what happens is sometimes students will watch the video on YouTube without getting the email with it or the assignment sheet or whatever, and you can see it's a recipe for disaster. So please, listen to what I'm saying in the videos, listen to or read what I'm writing either in the attachments or in the email so we get everything right. So I'm not sitting here answering emails that, of course, as I'm answering them, I'm like, didn't you read the email or didn't you listen to what I said in the video? You don't want me to do that. All right? So, let's go back. Now, you've now chosen a topic. All right? It's now time to start putting your speech together, and hopefully you've gathered at least 3 sources. So now the first thing you want to do, and I don't want to go into too much detail because I did write this down for you, how to organize your speech into an outline format, but I do want to just go over it verbally, so in case you're a little confused. Now, in your introduction is where you take what's called the attention gainer, and you grab our attention. Use a quote, you can tell a human interest story that's related to your topic, something like that grabs our interest. And then you preview your main point. Now, a preview is important, and it's required. So you want to make sure you preview your main points. You're going to tell us what's going to be in the speech. Now, many professional speechwriters do this all the time. So now you get to the body of your speech. Now, if you're doing a 3 to 5 minute speech, which you're all expected to do, and I'm hoping you figure right on that 4-minute mark, that's exactly where you want to end up. You want to have at least 2 main points. I wouldn't go to 3 main points. But if you have 2 main points or about a minute, minute 10 each, you should be just fine. Now, there are different ways to organize the body of your speech, and this is where most of your research is going to end up. One of those is what we call time arrangement. Now, a lot of people like to use time arrangement for this assignment because what you do is you give some historical background on the festival or celebration or whatever, and then, of course, you talk about how it is today. In a topical pattern, you pretty much just discuss everything that's involved in the current festival. You might give some background information, but mostly it's just talking, like, for example, if you were talking about, say, Carnival in Rio. If it's a topical format, you may talk about the traditional costumes, and then you might talk about the Samba Parade. All right? All involved in the most recent, I think they did do it in 2020, right before COVID hit. And then a spatial pattern is more like geographical. For example, as some of you had mentioned either doing your speech about Ramadan or doing your speech about Holi. All right? So what you might want to do is talk about how Ramadan is celebrated in two different Muslim countries. That would be a spatial pattern. Or in Holi, which, again, India is a very big country. So if you talk about two of the more popular, whether how they celebrate Holi in New Delhi, but then they do something a little different in Bombay, that would be a spatial pattern. Okay? So there's your patterns. And then, of course, a conclusion where you review your main points and then provide some form of closure. What you also got to make sure you do is cite your sources. Just tell us where the information is coming from. So let's say you're doing a speech on the running of the bulls in Pamplona. All right. So let me move on to my first main point, which is how this all came to light. Well, according to Newsweek.com, in an article written on January 1st, 2010, and then you tell us the information. Okay? You don't always have to go into that much detail in citing your source, but you do have to tell us where you got the information from. Citing sources sometimes gets people all confused and crazy, which it shouldn't. It should be a very simple process. That's why I provided the 3 sample outlines. Okay? If you have questions about putting your outline together, now, the reason for the outline shows me how you put your speech together, how you prepared for your speech. Now, it's your speech word for word. Once you present it on the video, I'm not expecting you to memorize it. You may have a copy of your outline in front of you, which we'll talk more about later. But, I'm not looking for memorization. But I do need, when you send me the video of your speech, you're also going to send me this full content outline. And it just demonstrates how you organize the speech and everything else. And because we're not face-to-face, see, if we were face-to-face, at the front of the room on a table, I would have about 30. Because I have right here, I have about 30 copies of these outlines, except, some of them are 2, 3, 4 pages long. I'm not going to download all of them and upload them for, or upload them on my computer and have you guys and send it to you. That email would be way too big. But I did send you 3 of the best. And 3 that go back from 2005 all the way to 2020. And I think they did, whether it was Ashley, going all the way back to the young lady from Poland, and Morel from 2020. I think they all did an excellent job, and they demonstrate clearly what it is that I'm looking for. So as you're putting your outlines together, if you have any questions, if you're a little confused, instead of emailing me and waiting for me to email you back, go ahead and take a look at the sample outlines. Okay? Go ahead and do that. Also, don't forget, a bibliography is necessary. All I need is the web links. That's all I need. Okay? You probably saw that with Morel's and with the other ones. All I'll require for it is probably my wife calling. She can wait. Hold on, let's see if it's my wife. Yep, it's my wife. Hold on for a second. All right, we're going to talk to her. Hello? Hello? Okay, for some reason she's not there. That's okay, we'll finish up. So the outline, the bibliography is pretty simple. Let's see, what else? There's not a whole lot else. See, with delivering a speech... Let's try this again. Hello? Hey, there you are. All right, sounds good. All right. No, I'm right in the middle. I'm right in the middle of doing a video. All right. Bye, babe. All right. So, uh, yeah, there's not a whole lot for me to really talk about right now. It's just you putting your speech together and practicing. Okay? Putting your speech together, organizing it, and then getting ready to deliver it. So, even though it's only Tuesday, this is the last time you're going to see me this week. I want you to work on your speeches. On Monday, I am going to set up 2 WebEx meetings. One will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. One will be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? This way, and it's going to be just, I will invite everybody to both. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory that you attend one of these WebEx. What they are is if you have any questions as you're getting ready to deliver your speeches, all right, I will be happy and free. We'll be face to face. It'll be in real time. So right before you would deliver your speeches, we'll be talking face to face. Now, one of the things I do want you to start doing is I want you to start, once you put your outlines together, because remember, I'm not going to see you again till Monday. As you're putting your speeches together, your outlines together, use the samples for guidance. That's why they're there. Start practicing your speeches. Now, when I say practice, make sure you're getting in front of the camera. Make sure you're at eye level, okay? I don't want you to have your device down here and you're looking down like this, all right? Have it at eye level. Have your hands free so you're not holding something. You know, I don't want to see this. But also make sure the lighting is perfect. I'm not perfect. We're not a theater class. We're not stage lighting. But you want to try to at least make it so I can see you. One of the things that bothers me a little bit is in the past year, since we went COVID, students have sent me speeches where they just recorded it the first chance they had. They didn't practice their speech, and I can barely see their face because they didn't. Not only did they not adjust for the lighting, but then they never watched the speech. Like, after you video yourself, look it over. Make sure it looks right. I mean, if you send me crap, your grade's going to be crap. That's logic, people. So make sure that, you know, as you're practicing, make sure it looks good. Okay? Make sure it looks good. Have the outline down in front of you on a table or something. I know some students will have a recording device here, have another device here, which is what their where their outline is, and that's okay too, but you want to make sure you're making that eye contact. Again, I am thoroughly convinced, as is the rest of my speech professors in our department, is that this is the future. Is that, like I said, business owners, company owners, office managers, if they can get out of leasing office space, which is a big expense for them, they'll do it. Things are getting done. Our economy is not bad because many of you are working from home. All right, not many of you, but many. Many of you too, but many others are working from home. And that when you get your degree, your eventual either associate or bachelor's or master's degree, whatever you go forward with, it's likely that a lot of what you're going to be doing is going to be doing it right here. Why? Because it's convenient and it's been working. So that's what I got for you right now. Just continue to work on those speeches. But there are a lot of you who did not get me their statement yet. Number one, you don't get your 15 points unless I okay your statement, and you can't do your speech unless I okay your statement. I got to make sure that you're not doing a persuasive speech and you're not talking about, say, the West Nile virus in the Bronx, which, in case you didn't know, the Bronx is in New York, which is part of the United States. All right. I always use that example because somebody tried to do that one year. That's what they wanted to talk about for their informative speech. And I had to kind of tell them, the Bronx is not an international place. So there you go. Be looking for the WebEx. If you want, again, this is not a requirement, but if you would like, join us either at 10 a.m. or at 2 p.m., whatever's convenient for you, and we'll talk a little bit about your speeches. All right? Good luck. Continue taking your time, putting these together, practicing. Okay? and we'll see you on Monday.